When I bought my Sony a6400, I knew at some point that I had to replace my kit lens with better lenses, maybe a couple of prime lenses and a good zoom lens. Join me as I go through the Sony Philippines website looking for Sony native lenses for my Sony APS-C cameras. Let's go! Hi there, MC here for the SFG channel, back with another video. This time, join me as I hunt for Sony native lenses for APS-C cameras, primarily for my Sony a6400, which is what I have right here, and my Sony a5100, which is my B camera. So without further ado, let's go right into the Sony Philippines website. Okay, so here we are at the sony.com.ph website, and we will go look for Sony native lenses for my APS-C camera, in particular my Sony a6400. So let's go to the right section in the Sony website. So go to electronics, go to cameras, and then click on lenses. Since I own an APS-C sensor camera, I'm going to filter this to just show APS-C lenses, and then I will sort by price from low to high because I work with limited funds and I also have to keep to my budget. Okay, so before we pick, just a word on the kit lens for the Sony a6400. So the kit lens is actually a good buy if you buy it along with the APS-C camera body, whatever it is. So from the Sony a6000 to the Sony a6400, it's actually a good choice to buy the camera with the kit lens because you get the kit lens for a significant discount. And if you're just starting out with interchangeable lens cameras from Sony, this is a good buy. So if you buy it along with the camera, the price is just about $100. So that's roughly 5,000 pesos, a bit over 5,000 pesos in Philippine peso, compared to the price if you buy it separately. So it's 18,000 pesos or a little over $300. So you get a 60% discount if you buy the kit lens along with the camera. So if you're going to get the kit lens, it's a decent lens, fairly decent lens. It's not amazing, but it does its job, and it will also give you an idea or will be your point of reference when you are testing out the various focal lengths. Also, when choosing what lens to buy, this will be your point of reference. So buy the kit lens along with the camera if you're starting. So I'll go back to the top, and then I'll go through each and every lens here and decide whether to put that lens on my list of lenses to buy. First choice is the 16mm f2.8. So I already have the kit lens. I get to shoot at 16mm for that one, and the increase or the improvement in aperture is just one stop. So this is just f2.8 compared to the kit lens, which is f3.5. Not really much difference there, so I'll skip this one. The next choice is the 18 to 55mm f3.5 to 5.6 OSS. I'm guessing this is the old version of the kit lens. Not much different to the kit lens that I already have, so I'll skip this one as well. This next choice is interesting because from what I know, this is the only macro lens that is available for the Sony APS-C line. So this is a 13mm f3.5 macro selling for 16,000 pesos or roughly about $300. I'll put this on my list. Next row, first choice is the 50mm f1.8 OSS. So this is the first lens that I encountered with a high aperture at f1.8, and it also has optical steady shot at 15mm at crop. This translates to about 75mm, so this will be a good portrait lens, so I'll put this on my list. Kit lens I have already. Next choice is the 20mm f2.8, which is not much different as well from the 16mm f2.8, so I'll skip this one as well. Next is the 55 to 210mm f4.5 to 6.3 OSS. So this is a zoom lens, a telephoto zoom lens starting from 55mm to 210mm. I shoot mostly indoors, or I expect to shoot mostly indoors, so I doubt if there will be lots of instances when I will be able to use this lens. And the aperture range as well is not very appealing to me, so I will skip this one for sure. Next is the 35mm f1.8 with OSS. Even before I went through this list, I knew already that this is one of the lenses that I will get for my camera, so this definitely goes on my list. The 35mm is pretty much appealing to me because I shoot mostly indoors, and I will definitely use this when I shoot my YouTube videos, when I film at home. Next choice, so this is the Power Zoom 18 to 105mm f4 G OSS. So this is the most affordable G lens in the Sony APS-C line, and this also has a constant aperture of f4 whether you shoot at 18 or at 105mm or any focal length in between. This definitely goes on my list. A bit pricey though. We're now at the pricey levels of Sony APS-C lenses, but I think this is a good lens and very versatile, and the constant aperture, this will be most useful when I shoot video. Next row, next choice, this is the new kit lens, well, relatively new. So this is the kit lens for the A6500 and also the kit lens that comes with the Sony A6600 right now. So the focal range is from 18 to 135mm, and the aperture range is from f3.5 to 5.6, and this has OSS as well. Since I will be getting the 18 to 105G already, I will skip on this one. The next one is the 10 to 18mm f4 OSS. If this had a wider aperture, say an f2 or f1.8, I would have put this on my list, but at f4, no. Next is the E18 to 200mm f3.5 to 6.3 with OSS. Not much different from this 18 to 135 except for the longer range, but for the same reasons as I'm not getting the 18 to 135mm, I wouldn't get this lens as well. Okay, so at this stage, the price of the lenses from here to the end will be more expensive or as expensive as the camera that I have already. So I don't think I will get any of these, but maybe sometime in the future, if I have enough funds, I may get the 16 to 55 millimeter f2.8G, which is selling for $1,400. That translates to about 70,000 pesos in Philippine money. So as I said, if I have the money sometime in the future, I may get this one. But I think that's it. So the choices or the picks for me for the Sony APS-C lenses that I will get are first the 30mm f3.5 macro, then the 50mm f1.8 OSS, and the E35mm f1.8 OSS, and the last choice is the 18 to 105mm f4G with OSS as well. Cool. And that's it. Those are my picks for Sony native lenses for my crop sensor mirrorless cameras, which are the Sony a6400 and a5100. To recap, my choices are the 18 to 105 G lens, the 50mm f1.8 prime lens, the 35mm f1.8 prime lens as well, and perhaps later on, if I find the need, the 30mm macro lens. If you are a newbie like me and you just got your first crop sensor Sony camera, I hope this video helped you pick your own lenses as well. Anyways, just keep on shooting, and if you have any questions about the Sony a6400 or any of the lenses that I featured in this video, please hit me up in the comments below. And that's it. If you like this video, please click like and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't yet. MC here for the SFG channel, signing off. Peace. See ya.